Hello students, welcome to the video of Globalization of the Indian Economy, Economics, Chapter 4, Standard 10. In this chapter, we will know about what is globalization, integration of economies, aspects of globalization, dimensions of globalization, reason for globalization, advantages, disadvantages, globalization of Indian economy, major policy changes, and impact of globalization, that is positive and negative impact, and the conclusion. First of all, let us see what is globalization. It is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. There is one more way through which countries are becoming closer, and that is movement of people between countries. People usually move from one country to another in search of jobs or better education. This is also a result of globalization. Here we see the meaning. Globalization can be understood as a process associated with increasing openness and integrating the economy of a country. So the major factors globalization is technology and trade liberalization. In mid 20th century, production was largely organized within the countries. It means that raw material, foodstuff and finished products they crossed countries. Trade was the main channel to connect distant boundaries. MNCs as multinational corporations they emerged then. They are the companies that own or control production in more than one nation. So we see that before globalization, what happened? After independence, India practiced the policy of self-reliant or import substitution, which means heavy reliance on public sector. Means government used to regulate the economy. Restriction on foreign investment. Foreign companies could not invest in our country, and centralized planning and regulate, develop, protect private sectors. But unfortunately, this policy couldn't serve the purpose and resulted into increased poverty, high rate of inflation, mounting fiscal deficit, unemployment, deficient infrastructure. So India searched for other option for economic openness and integration between Indian economy and the global economy. Global economy means the world's economy. And finally, the new economic policy in 1991 under the guidance of Dr. Manmohan Singh, then Prime Minister and then Finance Minister of India, opened its gates to welcome various MNCs for trade within Indian market. At that time, Manmohan Singh was the Finance Minister in the Congress Party. Now, let us see what are the aspects of globalization. Here we see trade and transaction, capital and invest movement, free goods and services used to move flow freely. Migration, people used to migrate from one country to another country to serve. And dissemination of knowledge. Dissemination of knowledge means the knowledge used to spread. The people used to carry not only the goods and services, they used to carry the knowledge also. Now today we see that there are varieties of goods and services around a market. So what is the reason for that? That is only because of the multinational corporations. Now what is multinational corporation? It can be understood as a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. Multi, the word itself describes more than one nation. These companies set up their offices and factories for production in the regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources to reduce their cost of production and earn greater profit. The money spent by MNCs for purchase of land, building, machinery, etc. in a country is called investment. So FDI, we know about FDI, foreign direct investment, and for the nation is regarded as foreign investment. Few examples, popular MNCs operate India are, you can see the pictures here, Coca-Cola, Sony, Microsoft, Nestle, these are all MNCs. Now we see dimensions of globalization: economic globalization, political globalization, cultural globalization and ideological globalization. So it has multifaceted dimensions. We can see one by one. Causes of globalization: trade liberalization, growth of MNCs and increase in capital mobility. Now what are the reasons for globalization? Better resources, low cost of production, dilution of the local market, operating internationally, market expansion and increased point. Here we see the globalization is mostly interlinking the market. For the purpose of reducing cost of production, MNCs spread their different departments of production such as packaging, customer service, etc. in various nations as per the comparative low cost in each department. Sometimes MNCs set up their production jointly with some local companies of that country, reduce their market risk of the country. In addition, for local companies, it is opportunity of obtaining additional investment and technology. Most commonly to conduct its operational activity in a country, MNCs simply purchase local company. In this way, they are now not required to set up everything from scratch and they focus on expanding their production. Large MNCs with their enormous wealth control production. They place orders to smaller producers and sell those finished goods under their own brand names to the customers. So we see that many a times we may be purchasing the product from a smaller manufacturer, but the brand name is given by the MNC. So people go by brand, they don't even see that what quality of clothes they are wearing. Here we see integration. Foreign trade is regarded as integration of markets in different countries. It creates an opportunity for producers to reach beyond the domestic market and compete with market present in other countries. It also helps producers in increasing the demand of their products by making it reachable for the customers of other nation. So with an effective foreign trade in a country, its economy prosper. It also increases. That's all in this video. We'll continue in the next video.